Hi guys, today I'm going to do my October book haul. If you saw my last book haul, you'll know that I said something along the lines of I'm probably not going to buy any books up until the end of the year because I'm busy with work, I've got a few pre-orders to keep me going, won't buy any more books for like a couple of months. But then in September, October, I have bought quite a few. Definitely too many. Now I really do think I'm not going to buy many more because I'm thinking about Christmas. I'm thinking about books that I will ask people to get me instead. So hopefully this is the last book haul of 2017. But anyway, let's get into the video. The first two books I have to talk about are two that my mum actually won me from Goodreads giveaways because she really loves entering them like every single day and finding new books, and she enters a few kind of for me. The first one is It's All in Your Head by Ray Earl. This is the author of My Mad Vat Diaries, which got turned into a TV show that I absolutely love, and I did read the first book in that duology, and this book I think is kind of all about OCD and anxiety, and it's kind of formatted in an interesting way. There seems to be quite a few like pictures and interesting kind of diagrams and stuff, so I think it'll be a really quick read and I'm very interested to get around to this soon. And she also won me Sherlock Holmes Cry of the Innocents by Cavan Scott. I haven't actually heard of this before, but there's kind of been a whole host, like long series of Sherlock Holmes stories that are based, I think, in like the old Sherlock Holmes setting. And yeah, it just seems really interesting. I mean, hopefully it's good and then I can go back and read all the others as well. But it's also published by Titan, who are one of my favourite publishers because they publish for E. Schwab in the UK, so I really hope I'll enjoy this. The next 5 books I have to show you I all got from Waterstones actually when I went and purchased Turtles All the Way Down, because I had like a £10 voucher and there was loads of offers on, and I thought this is a special book day, so I'm just going to treat myself, and kind of I went a little bit mental. The first 2 books I did actually mention in my November TBR, which you can see down below or in the cards if I ever actually do that, because I never normally do that. The first one is a kind of literary fiction book called Autumn by Ali Smith. This is part of a series where she writes a book every season about various topics, and as far as I know this one is basically about Brexit. It seems short and sweet and interesting, and it was a semi-finalist type book for the Man Booker Prize, so yeah, hopefully this is good and I'm hopefully going to read it this month as well. I also picked up this gorgeous copy of Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie, which is obviously like a really famous mystery set on a train. I don't really know any more than that, but there's a film coming out soon which I really want to hopefully read the book before the film, and I just thought this cover was beautiful and I could not resist. Then I got 2 more books on the buy one get one half price offer. The first one is Homegoing by Kiasi, I think that's how you say her name. I don't know too much about this book apart from people praise it for its diversity, and that it's about 2 sisters who have different destinies. One is sold into slavery and the other one is a slave trader's wife. So it seems like it's going to be very emotional. I've heard it's written really beautifully. It's got pretty small font. I think it might be a kind of tough book to get into, like proper sort of literary fiction you have to think about. But I am kind of in a literary fiction mood and I have wanted this for a while, and it finally came out in paperback, so I thought I'd finally get it. Then I picked up Child in Time by Ian McEwan because I just watched the BBC short film with Benedict Cumberbatch and absolutely loved it, and I really wanted to read the book to kind of see how they compared, and I'm assuming this one will be kind of a little bit more detailed. Not in a rush to read this anytime soon because like the short film's really fresh in my mind, but I do definitely kind of want to add it to my Ian McEwan sort of collection I've got going on, even though I hate the cover. They kind of redesigned all his books in this horrible way. But I haven't actually told you what any of these books are about. This book is all about this couple and their daughter goes missing. They're in a supermarket and she literally just disappears and she's missing for years. And it's kind of the struggle between the 2 main characters trying to wrestle that, but it also has almost like a magical realism element, and it was really beautifully done in the short film, so I want to see how the book compares. Then the next one is a book that I've wanted for a really long time and I've never got round to, and that is The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. Not sure how to say his name, but yeah, this seems really interesting. I've heard really good things about it, but I've been put off by how big it is. In fact, I never really think about it much, but when I saw it in Waterstones I was like, okay, I'm finally gonna get it. And all I know is that it's about a labyrinth library of forgotten titles hidden in the old city of Barcelona, and I'm just like, buzzwords, yes, that sounds amazing. Hidden library, mystery, books, it just sounds great. I think it might be part of a series. I love this cover because it's all kind of shiny and lovely. So yeah, I finally got myself this book. Then when I went to Birmingham a few weekends ago, I went into the foils there and I got this book, The Natural History of Dragons, a memoir by Lady Trent, which is written by Marie Brennan. And I'd never heard of this before, but it was like a whole series and this was the first one. And it's like a, I suppose almost magical realism, but it's like meant to be a true sort of memoir by this university lecturer who's an expert on dragons. And I don't really know much more than that. It's kind of fantasy with a twist because it's not necessarily set in this like crazy fantastical world, and it kind of implies that these creatures are real and they're studied in this like academic lens. It just seemed really interesting, and dragons is one of my buzzwords, so I couldn't help but pick this up. My camera battery is flashing, so I'm going to try and rush through these next few books. The next ones I all got from the Bedworth Book Hut, which is one of my favourite places to get books because they're really good price and it's just nice to have a local bookshop finally. The first one I got was Carrie Fisher Wishful Drinking because I really enjoyed her memoir, The Princess Diarist, and this was on a bargain for £4 rather than £8, brand new. So yes, I definitely wanted to read this, and it'll be a super quick read and just like a little bit more insight into her life. And then the next few books I all got from their pre-owned section, and it's a selection of Jacqueline Wilson titles. Some of these I read as a kid and some of them I didn't, but I'm slowly wanting to kind of build up my Jacqueline Wilson collection because I don't know why I ever got rid of all of her books, but I definitely want to reread some soon and they just feel like a part of my childhood, so I'm not bothered about getting them new, and I do quite want these older covers like the ones I remember. So yeah, I think I got all of these for about £4, £3, it was crazy, but Kiss was definitely one of my favourites as a kid, so I'm really excited to have that again. These next few books I got when I was hunting for the next volume in one of my favourite series, Rat Queens, by various people, not anyone horrible anymore either, but I love this. This is one of my favourite graphic novel series. You probably know by now it's a group of badass, diverse women in this fantasy world. They're all friends and they're kind of just get up to adventures, and it's really, really, really good. While I was out, I also picked up the next volume of Giant Days by various people because I really love this series. It's set in a university about a group of friends and they're really quirky. It's kind of over the top silly humour, but I just really love it, and there's quite a few volumes I need to catch up on now, so I'm probably going to reread the ones I've already got and then jump into this one and hopefully buy the next few soon after that. And then I got my first ever manga purchase, which is Orange by Ichiko Takano. I'm so bad at pronunciation, I'm sorry. But I've never read manga before, and this one I've heard really good things about. I don't know much about it, but it's like this whole kind of mystery about this new boy at school and they're told to make friends with him. I think it gets a little bit fantastical though. I've heard it's very emotional. And I think the art looks really, really cute, and it was only like £15. It was on 3 for 2, so I bought this and volume 2 of it, and Robin bought Death Note, so it didn't really cost very much. And yeah, I think I just am very, very intrigued by this. I hope I like it. It'll be a quick read as well. If you're still with me and still watching, even though the lighting is getting worse and worse in here, and this is a ridiculous book haul, I also bought a few more because I went on Amazon's 3 for £10 and got a few presents for Christmas for people in like preparation, but I also saw some books for myself. I got Holly Bourne's It Only Happens in the Movies. This is her brand new book, which I think is kind of like a feminist way of looking at the typical romance you might see in films and how that actually would play out in real life, and kind of how it doesn't really fit a feminist sort of scope view of a relationship because the boy is going to be like saving the woman from herself, and it's all very dramatic, and I think this kind of calls out on that. And I haven't actually read any Holly Bourne yet, but I do have Am I Normal Yet, and Amy loved it, so I think I'm going to really like her as a YA author. And this just seemed really interesting because I love films and feminism, so I had to get this. And the last book in this book haul is The Good People by Hannah Kent. This is such a beautiful cover, and this is the author of a book called Burial Rites, which a lot of people read on YouTube a little while back, which was about like the death penalty in Iceland or something. And this book seems similarly kind of miserable in this. In rural Ireland, 3 women gather to save a child. So there's lots of rumours in the town, and then 4-year-old Michael can no longer speak or walk, and people are saying that he is a changeling bringing bad luck to the valley. But then this group of women kind of do anything to cure the little boy, and it threatens to blur the line between mercy and murder. So yeah, it seems very, very interesting, and it was beautiful, and it was £3. Right, it's good. My camera battery is still flashing, but I've done. So if you want to know anything more about any of these books I've just talked about, ask me down below in the comments and I'll give you a little bit of a better summary, because this was a little bit rushed, and hopefully this is my last book haul of the year. I might buy the odd book here or there, but hopefully nothing that really warrants a proper book haul like this. Hopefully you won't see me till January, when I will have read all these books and I won't have bought any books, and I will have just had some for Christmas to show off. Let me know down below which of these books I should get around to first, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!